so what we're doing here is just doing an inspection into the roof area. Just check all your timbers for obviously termite damage, any timber pests, anything else that we might note. We'll let you know if there's any leaks, any rodent activity. Sometimes there's other things, cats, kittens, all the rest of it. We do it all. But yeah, pretty much safety first. We've always got to check powers off, and then make sure we've got ease of access. Sometimes you can't do roofs because of how it is, but we'll try our best to get in there and have a look. So yeah, pretty much here we go. Okay guys, so what we generally do is we start at the beginning of the house wherever we can start, move around the house, checking pretty much every level, top, middle and bottom. Check every edge, corner, ledge that we possibly can for any evidence of termites, because usually they won't leave visual signs for the normal eye when you're not trained. Funny golf stick, blind man stick I'm holding here, just helps me tap and sound out certain things. Again, to trained ear, trained eye, that's how we pick up what we need to. Obviously with a good torch and a couple of tools along with, that's pretty much how we investigate the internals. There's other instruments we can use, moisture meters, thermo detectors. Just depends on certain type of house and situation that we're looking at. But for a standard visual inspection, there's pretty much the tools we need. So I'll pretty much just get started and tap away, go from there. Don't be shy, we don't mind cobwebs. They are in everyone's house. That's just a part of life, and dust as well. My torch will find it. But again, we don't just look for termites, even if we are just inspecting for termites. I will look for evidence of mice, cockroaches, anything. We can deal with them all. Certain situations I'll always offer beneficial products, or even just ideas for homeowners that they can try themselves. It's all about trying to live in a pest-free world and doing the best that we can to accomplish that. Show this bit as well. A lot of homes, especially older homes, do have subflooring. Sometimes they aren't as deep as we'd like to get physical access, but if we can poke our heads in at least, or externally get into underneath the house, we can, and we will. Obviously safety, if we do go in, we need to be covered, but we'll again let you know if there's rodent activity or anything else that shouldn't be happening underneath there. So we'll just dive and have a quick look. Okay, so this house is a multi trapped house. So basically you have traps in almost every room, so it makes easy access and viewing when we can only stick our heads in. So in this instance, everything's looking fine. And yeah, nothing really to report at this stage, which is good for the owner. Again, as I say, it's just being in the industry for long enough and learning the visual signs of seeing them from doing so many inspections. And this is primarily what I do, along with all the normal treatments of standard pests. But I do enough of these in a day and I keep quite fresh eyes. So, you know, you see all the old evidence, you become quite in tune what to look for, which hopefully won't be in near my customers' houses. As I said before, we do all houses from brand new to well, as old as possible. I've done some of the older houses in Perth and Fremantle, up in the hills areas. Yeah, so nothing really sort of stops me or hinders me, except for big dogs. But even then I still get the job done if we need. And again, we get a nice clean subfloor, which is good news. Now, when it comes to doing any type of chemical barriers or anything like that, we do them all. We can do pre-treatments before new pads go down underneath the new Australian standards. We can do mesh as well. Pretty much anything that you need done termite wise, we've got the whole packet there. Situations like this we can obviously spray underneath with a low odour chemical. So basically you're not going to have to be stuck outside of the house for more than a couple of hours for the smell to dissipate. Cool. Good one here of black ants. So some situations you get house black ants, and they'll find a little crack or crevice and just go for their lives and start breeding. So you've got some there just in the crack of the wall, and they're just tracking up and down and back out. They like to go in the gaps of the timbers. So something like that we can definitely treat. Again, depending on the situation, it would depend on the rate that we'll have to charge, but very easy to get rid of, sometimes a couple of times, but if it's worst case scenario, we will get rid of it. Especially outside is pretty much the same thing. We'll look for everything that we can. We'll look for ants and let you know possible treatments. And I'll get it everywhere I can. We can't do anything with these guys though. Hello. Hi. Hi. Yes. We also don't treat husbands and wives, I'm repeating. Sometimes I'll go right in and try and get to what I can if we think the termites might be there. And sometimes I get a little bit grubby, but that's part of the job. Granny flats, pretty much anything that we can get to that you would give us permission to enter. We'll get in there and have a look. Yes, most definitely. I've seen pretty much everything. I've seen some termites come through 30 metres of electrical conduit. I've seen them branch over from a tree to a roof. It all comes down to certain types of species, how close a possible nest is, to how aggressive they're going to be towards your house, including what attractants you may be leaving around your house, whether it be stored timbers directly on the ground, even furniture, you can bring them in. Also comes down to moisture. Every timber sort of gives off a little bit of a hint and cue chemical trace into the soil. So basically once your timber's there, it's releasing pretty much a little beacon for termites to come and find it. So old stumps, stored timbers, especially your timbers that have more cellulose in it, your softer timbers, including especially pine, your termites pretty much crave for that stuff. That's what helps them eat, and then in return destroy your timbers pretty much in your house. So when it comes to storing goods, always on bricks and steel, of whatever you can. Otherwise, just be wary about it and try and keep things away from the walls of your house, or when you do have structures that are made out of timber. It just helps visualise if termites do come in, we can stop the problem before it gets sort of out of hand and you can end up losing your roof, unfortunately. We're always open for advice, even just to call us for a free quote. I can come out and let you know ideas of things, what to do and what not to do. General knowledge, a lot of it unfortunately has been passed down from grandmother and grandfather to kids. Having pine in the backyard is a good thing because if you know where they are, it's fine. It will attract them to your yard next to his house, so definitely don't do that one. The other one is if black ants are there, there are no termites. I used to always think this myself, but definitely one thing I've learned over doing inspections over the years is black ants do eat and chase out for the termites. They like to take over their nests. Basically they eat them and take over the house, so it's free food and home for them. but the termites do have ways of defense, including the mud themselves. Quite often when I found them in the same wall cavity or in tree bark, the termites are protected a couple of millimetres away from an actual ant nest. Sometimes an easy deterrent that you can do yourself in the garden, quite literally, is just break open the termite mud, and the black ants will literally file in and start pulling them out, taking them to Queen for Tucker. So that one's for free. Other ideas and things, like I said, I can let you know when we come on the day and do a quote for you. That way we can suggest the best things for your particular home, because every home is completely different. And in the end of the day, we want to customise for you and for your house, so that way you can get the best benefits out of our service. Okay, so what we're going to do is a spider spray. Pretty much cover the whole exterior of the house, fence lines and also sheds if need be, but it's up to you, your call, your house. So pretty much what the chemical does, it bonds with the more porous surfaces that go around the eaves, doors and windows. Try and get anywhere there's cobwebs. Basically the chemical will work on a whole range of different insects as well, depending on what situation you have. So we can sort of incorporate that at the same time as we're doing the spider spray. Again, just let us know any issues you are having. We can do that on the quote on the day. We can talk you through how we're going to do it. Obviously, there's situations where we need to be careful of spraying, but again, we can always talk to you and listen to your wants and needs. And end of the day, if we can't do it, we can't do it. If we can, we're going to get rid of them for you, okay? There are situations where we can apply warranty. So if we need to come back again because they're being a bit feisty, we can get rid of them, spray again. Just always be careful just after we finish spraying, because sometimes they will drop, scuttle around a bit before they die. So just generally check the openings of the doors as you're coming and going, and let anyone else know who's visiting your house. Otherwise it might be in for a bit of a shock. Okay.